So, standing back and taking perhaps a wider perspective, how and what do you think pharmacists have been able to contribute during the pandemic?
And I went back into practice during the pandemic, and people who know me, I mean, as a volunteer, I vaccinated 5,000 people. I was one of the first people to do that. Certainly, I started it in January. The vaccine came online in December 2020, so I spent a lot of my time vaccinating 5,000 people in my local community. I learned a lot. I also went back into practice in the community because, the local pharmacist was just inundated with prescriptions. But actually, we were open, you see, and patients came in to speak to the pharmacist. When I first started out in pharmacy practice, it was very common for patients to come and see pharmacists and say, look, I've got this issue. Can you help me? And I think we kind of lost that, certainly. And then I think what the pandemic has done, with the fact that doors were open, and they were open, patients kind of rediscovered the value of the pharmacist. So I want to see more. I want to see pharmacists do more. I want to see do more diagnostic tests. I can't see why we can't do more basic tests, like say a C-reactive protein test. So, for example, if you've got an infection, do a quick blood test, 3 minutes, higher C-reactive protein. Guess what? That patient can need an antibiotic. And guess what? Why can't the pharmacist give the antibiotic to that patient there? And then I don't see why you can't. I think you can, as long as you give them the right one for the right infection. So I see the role to be really growing, actually, more and more. The role I played as chief scientist during that time was translate all this information we were getting. I mean, when I saw data on ibuprofen, I said, no, we should still be using ibuprofen, and we got that right. And advice for vaccines, we got that right as well. I mean, cold chain supply, that became, everyone knew about it, but actually that was a pharmaceutical issue, isn't it? I mean, heat, and the pharmaceutical companies would say, well, how can we refrigerate it? It's all physical stuff. It was very interesting, very, very interesting time. It really put science forward, didn't it? If you think about it, the COVID pandemic, and I think we shouldn't lose that. We should try and make sure we got our hands on that ball and keep hold of it.
And finally, do you have a closing message for young pharmacists who might be interested in this area?
You look at how medics are taught, right? Medics are taught, said, look, you're highly skilled, highly educated. You can turn your hand to anything, and you see medics running, MDs running companies left, right, and centre. And I keep saying to everybody else the same thing. Look, you've got a good education, a good school of pharmacy, you've got good grades, you understand clinical, you understand science. That's a really good qualification. That can allow you. I used to call it a passport qualification because it allows you to go anywhere, work anywhere around the world. And I think people, I mean, I see it chemical engineering, I see it with pharmacy, and see medicine to be very much similar. I mean, you can turn your hand to a wide variety of applications. So I worked as a community pharmacist, I worked in the industry, I've worked in academia, I worked for a professional body, and now I'm running a science park because that's what I can do. But I've seen medics do something very similar. I've seen chemical engineers do something similar. It's all about a mindset, there's nothing wrong working community. I think community is a great place to be. I often say to people, if you want to work for yourself, set up your own business, guess what? You can run a pharmacy. Guess what? Because that's what you are, a proprietor, you're a founder. It's just a mindset, understanding that actually what the degree gives you is an opportunity to do something different and to adopt and adapt to your environment. And I think that's what we're trying to do.
Professor Gino Martini, thank you very much for sharing your insights and experience with us today. That really has been very interesting. For more information about Professor Martini's work, please visit our website using the link in the description, and be sure to sign up for more videos, news and journals. For updates straight to your inbox, please follow the link below. And thanks for watching.